and you have the Guan Yu for the side of Team Singapore. So Guan Yu, obviously, a very fast hero. You need to be able to track him down, especially when he goes missing from the clash lane, right? So Syria, when they pick their hero at the clash lane, he has to be somebody who is able to follow him. Something like a Dharma, something like a Fuzi perhaps, that's fast enough to be able to detect where the Guan Yu is.
It's especially important, right? At the very least, you need those heroes to follow up for those subsequent plays. But take a look at the follow-up you mentioned here. Singapore banning 4 roamers straight on, removing any potential pickups here coming in for the side of Singapore's side. In, let's say, okay, we have the Eren, we have the Garuda. We don't want to engage on towards our faces here, so let's remove Lapu, Zhang Fei, Lian Puan, even the Diadea. All these setups gone, and they take away the moats as well.
Yeah, taking that away, which is actually going to set things up, right? I mean, you have the Garuda and the Eren, and again, with the moats and the Guan Yu for like team fight, control, repositioning, everything that you want, and then just let Kayang kind of just style on this Eren here.
Oh man, I mean, you ban out, basically there are 5 roam heroes now, not able to use, right? Like, Team Singapore, they're really testing the hero pool for Team Syria. I'm sure their head must be scratching right now, like, oh, what else do we have? We're digging deep right now. And the Dharma is expected. The Zhuangzi, yes, we did kind of talk about the Zhuangzi. It has been missing for quite a while.
We've seen it yesterday, right, during the Vietnam series, and it had a pretty good success because it stopped a lot of the invasion coming in from the side of Team Laos. But coming towards this game, it's pretty good coming from Syria. You would think that, okay, Zhuangzi, it's a hero, you don't really get a lot of opportunity to shine, but you don't need to because there's so much setup coming in from the side of the clash lane and mid lane of the duo engaged from Syria. And for Singapore, pretty stock standard, front to back composition, play it slow, but with the Zhuangzi's appearance, it sort of mitigates the side of Yanzi on that Guan Yu flank.
Yeah, and actually, look at how much research both of these squads have gone in. I mean, they, in terms of ban, draft, everything, they just want to get quickly into this game, the ever pivotal game #1. But before you take off, Sagi, who do you give the edge to in terms of just draft alone?
I feel Syria's draft is really consistent and they have attack and defense rounded out in one single composition here. It's coming down to execution, whether Syria can pull this off. This is a series at hand where stakes are too high to be even speculating about.
Third series of the day, game #1 as we get into the game. Thank you so much, Sagi, for that analysis as we go into this. I mean, if you're looking at the Syria squad, this is a pretty balanced lineup. You're going to have a lot of tempo from Abdulaziz on that Mai, and then you have Ibrahim. When those team fights mid to late game are happening, you're going to shrug off most of this, but Ali has to flash away, gets the safety.
Okay, this is still the very early stage for Ali. He has yet to receive backup from his teammates. Now, I was about to point out also that for Team Syria, they need to be careful of the Cannon Blast, but if you have the Ibrahim around, every CC will be negated.
Yeah, Ibrahim, it will be him, right? Because he's the guy where a lot of the guys are going to be looking into in terms of those team fights, because the butterfly effect, they have a lot of control on the Singapore side. And he, again, if he's able to just kind of shake everything off for the rest of the squad, you know that the rest of them can clean up because they have a lot of damage.
I see what I did with the wordplay there. Hey. Okay, but about winning conditions, right? So you have Ibrahim that can be very defensive for the team, but when will be the right time for Syria to be offensive?
Well, I think that they want to go early, right? Set the tone. Let Abdulaziz wave clear. Let him continue to hit those outside lanes. Like this stuff in the free in the top lane, I feel like they should have already been there.
Oh, okay. But they're still putting a little bit more focus at the bottom. I guess they want to try to scale Ali, which is understandable, right? Because when it comes to the late game, who is the best damage dealer for Team Syria? It's only their farm laner.
Yeah.
Pretty much no one else.
Yeah, nobody else. It's like a 4 protect 1. But again, with tempo, Abdulaziz, these are the moments. This type of gank attack. Look at how far Singapore are up. This is a potential huge win for Syria if they're able to find him.
Okay, but here comes the engagement, beautifully done, but who's there to follow up? Unfortunately, Ali was not ready yet, so that could have been a little bit too early.
Yeah, they were not on the same page. I mean, Abdulaziz goes in, Ali's on top, but mind you, Ali wasn't even level 4, so he didn't have the stun. So it seems like a little off in terms of the perfect timing and to get that execute in terms of that, you know, that kill there.
Yeah, if he had level 4 and he was in the right position, then maybe they would have gotten something. At least one is still okay, right? Because getting the Moser might not be the easiest of tasks because of that small shield after his dash. but it's okay. I mean, it's a learning, and hopefully they observe that and they can do better in the next engagement.
But you want to be threatening as Abdulaziz, right? Whenever you're off the map, you want Singapore playing scared, where they're like, any brush, he might be there.
Oh, but look at the damage here. But Ibrahim, no issue for him to absorb that damage as long as it's him and he can still heal. He does have the heal spell as well, so that kind of damage is still alright for him.
Yeah, it looks like he's thinking about recalling. I don't think that that's the right decision. I think that, yeah, you're a little bit low. You still have that heal, and I think that maybe you stick in because you want to stay in lane, especially because the 4-minute mark is about that.
Right, okay, here comes Abdulaziz. He sees his target and he will engage, but Kayang will not be able to survive for that long. I thought for a moment that he was able to escape, but looks like not.
Yeah, it was just the one last projectile, and that was enough to get the killing blow onto Kayang. Again, he got a little bit caught out. They were trying to be aggressive, Singapore, while Yue is actually made that rotation. So they were looking at numbers. They didn't know that Abdulaziz was going to be there as well.
Okay, now engagement onto Amar. Amar with the negotiate will buy a little bit more time for himself to have those skills cool down, and he's able to jump over the wall inside back to safety.
Yeah, a little bit of an invade here in Singapore. This is kind of what you want to be doing. You want to, Amar to not have such a free clear. And again, this is setting it up for this 4-minute tyrant coming up now.
Okay, the ghost ship is not up yet, so he has to buy a little bit more time. That ghost ship is going to be important here, but Team Singapore didn't know that the ghost ship is not there. They're taking advantage of the situation. The tyrant is very low right now. Will they go in? Yuming will still get it. The ghost ship is up, but a little bit too late, but still they're trying to go for the back line. And right now, Yihui is in trouble. Yihui will be taken down. Team Syria will not go down without the fight after losing the tyrant. They got the Yihui after the fight.
No, Syria, the way that they were able to wrap that one around, they came from all angles, right? So Yanzi hit largely his Razor Cavalry. It's going to be mitigated because of the fact that, again, they're spread throughout. Trying to get that perfect Razor Cavalry when from one angle is much easier than multiple and when you're getting affronted on. Yuhei got caught out.
And Weekend is able to get away. Nope. Oh, he does have backup though. And Weekend continues to hold with the thing inside the box, but not enough follow-up from his other teammates, and he will be taken down, but still good effort.
I mean, he got a decent box, but he's locking himself in that box as well. He's not getting out of there because he's going to be very, immobile in that stuff. So now Syria on the offensive right now, taking down towers, munching them down like Pac-Man.
Okay, and looking at top, the buff will be stolen away. No, the buff is not stolen away. Okay, still a 50-50 here, but they're going to try to challenge for it. The answer is no. Looks like Team Syria, they're all in focus on pushing the bottom lane.
Yeah, a lot of space, right? And that's going to open things up for the other lanes. They're going to look to take a little bit of an affront into this mid lane. As long as Singapore is able to hold this one, and they do have a decent amount of wave clear, especially when you have Yue on the Garuda as well as Kayang, I think that you're going to be in a okay spot. But they're starting to lose space from that bottom side, and that's kind of where Syria can put pressure on.
But the good news is that at least, even though they're losing space, but when it comes to gold, it's not too far of a difference. But in the middle, it looks like we see an engagement here by Team Syria. They go in, but where's the follow-up? Bashar takes a lot of damage, and he will be taken out by Weekend from the side. And not only that, they get a double. Amar as well will be sent back.
And they find Abdulaziz as well. 3 members down from Syria, and it came from the initial jump in by Abdulaziz. He tried to make that play. He hits that. There were 2 or 3 members, and we'll check this replay out. He hits this one, boom, that would have changed everything. He pushed them actually the wrong way, further away from the team, and that bought Singapore space, time to, just knock them down, so to speak.
But gotta give it to Team Singapore and how quickly they responded to that situation. And they got a couple of takedowns from there. And now they're looking to push at the bottom. And Team Singapore, they have to be aware of okay, time's up, boys. The players from Team Syria that we took down earlier on, they're back. Now we have to turn back and reset.
Yeah, and just like that, the network lead shifted in favor of Singapore. Now they're looking to be aggressive, and Yuming gonna be a problem.
Oh, here comes all the way to the back. And we can see Yuming actually survived this one. Okay. With his survival, he managed to absorb those skills, and this could be an opening for Team Singapore, but they will not pursue for now.
Yeah, because Yanzi got pushed back. Bashar with a nice truth just being like, hey, you're not getting to the back line, you're not able to jump there, we will push you all the way back. And so basically there's no catch, there's no repositioning, and there's no continued on. But they're going to find something else here.
Okay, the players of Team Syria, they're kind of low, they have to be extra careful there, but objective done. They got the tower, they turn back, that's okay, because they have to prepare themselves for the next objective, which is the Tyrant, in about 35 more seconds.
Yeah, I love the way Syria was playing on that one because not only was Singapore on the retreat, you knew that they weren't going to look to take a team fight. That opens things up for this mid T1. Syria taking that down, understanding when they're low and when to attack. Perfectly timed by Syria, and they got rewarded with that mid T1.
Okay, both sides, they want a contest for this one. All right, Foxes, Janze waiting by the side. Bashar passes by, and that's going to be the push. Bashar, now being chased down, but lucky enough for him, he is tanky enough. He got away.
It's the mobility, right? I mean, Janze was trying to set up the perfect trap, but he was not able to catch him, and now a little bit more action in this mid lane.
Wings of Judgment from the back, putting damage onto Ibrahim, but Ibrahim is okay to absorb that damage. He can still heal himself, but right now, most of the players from Team Syria, they are low, and this will open up the opportunity for Team Singapore to get the Tyrant.
Yeah, and it's not about all the kills that you get, right? I mean, when they're so low, they can't fight, and that opens up space. Picked up the Tyrant, and now Yuming on the assault.
Okay, Yuming opening up the map. And who's going to get this buff? It looks like Amar still managed to get it, and that's okay. But nice push down to Kayang. Kayang pretty low, but the follow-up came from the other side. And with the Wings of Judgment, looks like they will get that one. Take down to Ibrahim. They're looking for more. Bashar gets one back, but he has taken down instead. And now only 3 left from Team Syria in the middle, and they are pretty low. They cannot continue to defend. They have to turn back.
As back and forth as that was, and we're checking the replay here, but check out this ghost ship. Once it locks it down, you're thinking Singapore on the assault, they get the pickup onto Ibrahim, but this ghost ship, and they actually go in right into the truth, setting it up for Syria really to just get with that tower as well.
Yeah, and that ghost ship was still within the range of the tower, right? So the tower eventually helped to deal damage, and that's how Team Syria, they got a couple of takedowns from Team Singapore. So it was kind of 50-50 there. Very, very good fight for both sides.
Yeah, but at the same time, Singapore, you need to be like, hey, we got Ibrahim. Should we continue on? I think that the aggression is great, but sometimes you got to just ease off the gas pedal just a little bit at times.
Well, they're not going to let go of the gas pedal right now. They choose to go in. Then the Syria counters back. Abdul Aziz gets Yihui, gets Kayang, and they're looking for Yuming. They will get him as well. 3 takedowns just like that.
I mean, it's the perfectly timed play as well. Not only did they get 3 kills, but now they're going to take the Shadow Tyrant. Everything going well for Syria in that team fight because the jump was in, but they had that control. And again, another replay as we go in. Look at how Ibrahim, his placement. There's a lot of stunts. Bashar setting it up for the rest of them, and it's literally just target priority. Burn them down. Yuming, as tanky as you are, you're not surviving that.
You have to admire the team up from Syria, right? Like one call, everybody goes in, nobody hesitates. And because you fight with numbers, you win because of that number.
Yeah, and also the target priority, right? If you're burning them down one at a time, just be like, okay, you know, Dune, you know, Aaron, and as long as you're calling out the heroes that need to die in a specific order, and everybody's on that same page, you're going to see them instantly just wipe them out, right? And that's kind of what Syria are doing right now. Their execution has been phenomenal this game.
Oh, and now Team Syria, they're ahead by a couple of 100 goals against Team Singapore. After that one fight, after that Tyrant, now they have the advantage. And that advantage will be taken by them to try to take over the jungle, and they will go all the way to the back. The Ghost Ship is up, but the Wings of Judgment is out at the same time as well, and this will show away the players from Syria.
Yeah, I mean, they already fought for the objective, the Crimson Golem. Kayang had already picked that up. There was no reason to continue fighting for Syria. Great disengage, and they move quickly, and now they're going to take the blue buff away from you.
Okay, and now Team Syria, they're being forced to turn back to their own side of the jungle, which is okay. The Overlord is up though, and Team Singapore, they might be interested in this.
I mean, Primal Bond is going to be going away in about 5 seconds. So Syria could easily steal here. So Singapore, this is a very dangerous situation, especially since Weekat uses his flash there.
Oh, we're talking about 50% of health there, but then again, they go all the way to the back. But check out the Guan Yu as well. A good attempt by the Guan Yu, Jansen, but then again, will it be enough to? They still got up to assist in the process. Ibrahim is pretty low. The cannon blast connected. The damage was there towards Ibrahim. No stun, but he still survives.
The initiation by Abdulaziz and Ammar going in on that one it didn't seem like everybody was there. Like there was too many ledges for the entire team to fight. Singapore made them pay by being, again, once they jumped into your 5, they were able to target priority and took down some high priority targets. A great team fight by Singapore there.
Oof, and after that team fight, they got a couple of towers in the middle. And with that sort of advantage, are they going to go for the Overlord? Okay, nope, not yet. So Team Singapore, they choose to play this safe. They turn back, they reset, they'll come back out again.
Okay. So they do take away the blue buff, and that's kind of what you want to be doing. Anytime you win a team fight, you got to get some objectives. Best case scenario, some towers, maybe the Overlord. Not able to do it because they knew that the respawn timers are too quick. But they were able to take away some of the blue buffs, and they were able to kind of pillage a little bit on their way out.
Okay, you can see that Yanzi, he's just waiting in the brush, right, in case anyone repasses by there. But for Team Syria, most of them are playing at the top right now. And they're heading towards the Overlord. Okay, Singapore, they're going to start the Overlord again.
No, so this is why they're going for this. They saw that Bashar was clearing the wave in the bottom. Those minions give off vision. Now they have a numbers advantage. It's going to be close.
Okay, and Yubi will look in the Overlord now. They're looking for more. And they see the players of Team Syria. They will take down Amar in the process. And with the 4 players of Team Syria left, they have to back out.
It's a vision game, right? Those minions were pushing, and that's what they did. They provided that Bashar was there. For him to make his way all the way to that Overlord, it would have taken him time. That was the time to go in, and then Syria were rushed because Bashar wasn't in position to go with that team fight. Amar pays with his life.
Yeah, and without Amar right now, without the Ghost Ship, it's going to be pretty hard for them to win this fight. They need Amar. They have to find time. 10 more seconds before Amar comes out. But they were engaged before Amar is out. And here comes Team Singapore. They're trying to get the back line. And Ibrahim is pretty low. He has to back off. They all will survive. And now Amar is back.
Yeah, so he's trying to just clear the wave. You lost all towers in the beginning, right? As long as Abdulaziz survives, I mean, that is very risky. He's very squishy. But being able to do what he did, I mean, they at least salvaged the game because Amar is back up, and now they're looking to hold. But again, top T3, top 2, T2, that's all you got. Now you have to defend. You have to find some sort of counter initiation to get into and strike back and get them back in this game.
Oh man, they're giving themselves a bit of a lifeline here. So Amar needs to be careful of his position. Again, he cannot be caught out like before. They are looking at the Tyrant though, and they're going to start it off. But Team Singapore, they have the information.
Yeah, look at this rush. They're going to walk in. Yuming, he has been a problem for Syria.
Okay, Ghost Ship is up, but yet they still go in. And Amar will look at the Tyrant. Ibrahim will fall though in that process. Is it worth it though? Kayang will be the one to take it down, and they're looking for more at this point. And Abdulaziz will be the next target to be taken down. Bashar, they're aiming for him next. But before that, Yanzi will fall in another area. Kayang will get one too.
It's a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Singapore, and now they're looking to end this game. But Kayang with some fancy feet, his flash just getting him all the way back. They find Bashar, and now Singapore with only Amar up, and he's actually walking. He's trying to cut the wave, but they might just end.
Yes, it is enough right now, but behind, well, can they stop him? The minutes in front is still hitting, and that should be enough. It should be enough right now, ladies and gentlemen. Team Singapore will get the victory in Game 1.